course, you're still watching Breakfast Extra, and this is Wellness Central. Today, we're digging into something we all take for granted, but perhaps don't do as well as we think. Teaching hygiene to kids and setting them up for healthy habits that last a lifetime. A recent article by Use Compare says that instilling good hygiene in children, especially before age 10, is about more than just washing hands or brushing teeth. Young children encounter germs everywhere. When parents teach them properly how to wash between fingers, under the nails, use toothpaste with fluoride, bathe well, maintain nails, cover mouth and nose when sneezing, they're protecting them from infections now and helping them build immune strength for the future.
Beyond those basics, as children grow older, hygiene needs get more complicated. Change dirty clothes often, wash beddings regularly, manage body changes in puberty, take care of hair and scalp health, and even maintain digital device hygiene. Also, good eating practices, washing produce and ensuring food is cooked well. These are all part of it. Parents are central in modeling these behavior, being consistent, patient, and also celebrating the small wins so kids don't feel shamed or scared. So to help us unpack this, we have Dr. Yusuf Haroun in the building, founder of the Love for Health organization. You are welcome once again with your very interesting regalia.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to have him here because we always look forward to what he's going to wear today. And today he came in his love agbada. Let's go with that.
Love for health.
Customized. Doctor, good to have you again.
Thank you very much.
Early hygiene. There's so much that we have to unpack here because it changes as the child grows. It's a different kind of tutelage from when they're babies, a different kind when they're preteens, a different kind when they're teens, and then they can carry on from there. It's their business. But what must parents know when it comes to especially the very early stages of a child's life? What must you teach them when it comes to their personal hygiene?
This is a very important question, and there are three interesting facts about the hygiene and something relating to body odor. The first thing is that when a child is born, they don't usually have anything that smells like body odor. It's usually coming from one of these glands. We have three glands on the body. We have the eccrine gland. Everybody has it all over the body, and that's where the sweat comes. It's a sweat gland, and we sweat from it. Sweat itself is not what causes the body odor or causes the unhygiene. The sweat is there to regulate our body temperature. That's why when we are running, we are walking, or when there's heat, we produce sweat. There's a second one. That's the one that is associated with the unhygienic or the body odor we have, and that's the apocrine gland. That one is concentrated more under our armpits and in the private area. The apocrine gland is more active or starts to develop during puberty. That's why boys and girls during their puberty stage, they tend to have a kind of body odor.
Yeah, I smell like wet dog.
Absolutely.
True.
Now, Mazino, who do you think has more of it, the boys or the girls? Is the male?
Because there's an evolutionary reason why we actually have it, and this I learned. It's very strange.
You are
that
absolutely
women
right.
actually are supposed to be attracted to that smell.
That is just it.
But they like, the worse I smell, the more attractive I should be to a woman. So I don't think I'm going to be using body deodorant anytime soon.
And this is more in animals. They have the ones called pheromones.
For the female folk.
Yes. It's also used like to attract mates. But this apocrine gland, it releases sweat. Even that is not what causes the smell or the odor. It's the bacteria on the skin that digests this fat, because the apocrine gland releases fat and the sweat. So when it digests it, it tends to smell, because bacteria normally decompose, not only on the skin, even in the mouth.
Okay.
If the bacteria is in the mouth, if one doesn't brush well,
so how does it relate to children, to early hygiene?
Yes, in children now, you need to make sure that these children maintain proper hygiene, regular washing, regular taking of their baths. They can use antiperspirants, because if they don't...
Children can use antiperspirants?
They are mild ones you can
Mild
use.
ones.
And I'm talking about those in puberty.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why I say that. It's in the apocrine gland, develops more in the puberty stage.
So I'm sorry, Queen. I just want to really be very definitive here. So Now, there is that smell that comes with puberty, which you're suggesting that children should be aware of, have proper body hygiene practices and all. But babies are not that aware. When we're born, there's this myth that they tell that if a person has body odor, it's because he wasn't bathed well as a child.
That's a fallacy.
That's a fallacy.
Absolutely.
So that is
out of the way.
Out of the way now. But do children, I mean, children also, especially after they've played all day, they also have this very interesting smell as well.
Yes.
This is before puberty. Is it the same kind of bacteria that...
Now, this is the third gland I'm coming to.
Oh, good.
This is the sebaceous gland.
Okay.
This releases sebum. That also has fat. That one is not in the armpits. It's not just concentrated in the armpit or genital area. We also have that where hair grows. In children, they can have even hair growing on their head. Also, even these sweat glands, which I talked about, the eccrine glands, if it stays too long on the skin, children go to play ball, and the bacteria digest it, it tends to smell.
Okay.
In addition to it, it's not even only the sweat that smells. I'm happy we are talking of hygiene. Some children don't maintain proper sanitary hygiene. Maybe they just poo or they pee and they haven't cleaned themselves. They can tend to. They may not brush their teeth well. Also, that also can give odor. So the odor is not even coming only from the skin or from sweating.
Coming from different orifices in the body.
Different orifices from the body. Different orifices. Now also, going back to the puberty stage, there are other things that can be associated with odor. In boys, we've talked about it, the sweat. In women also, that's when they have what we call menarche, the first menstrual cycle. That also, a woman has to be trained well how to maintain proper hygiene, because that could also be associated. Do you know what we eat also can lead to body odor or to lead to poor hygiene?
Please tell us.
Yes. I don't want to be racial, but there are some races that take more of spicy food, and when they sit next to you...
In the plane, in the airplane.
I won't mention the race so that we don't, but yeah. Now, a particular race,
right,
they take lots of spicy food, and because of that, they smell like the spice, or like onions and garlic specifically.
Yeah.
So there's a common saying that you are what you eat. Food containing high sulfur, they tend to produce more of body odor.
But there's a saying that garlic is good for you.
It's good, but some eat raw. Raw garlic could be offensive to some people.
But is raw garlic good for your body or not?
I would prefer to eat it cooked. Yeah, but some fruits or some vegetables, you can take them raw.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good for the body.
So this translates from out the body, these foods. Are you saying that it actually smells from out the body, or is it just only orally?
Even from out of the body too. They're digested and they are perceived out of the body.
So for kids, what tools do we, or mechanisms do we use to ensure that they are practicing proper body hygiene? Now let's start from kids say 0 to preteen.
I remember when we were kids, in even primary school, we were always taught to wash our hands regularly. Washing the hands is so important. Even it prevents infection and prevents oral transmission of microorganisms. So regular hygiene is very important. We can't overemphasize that. The kids should make sure they maintain proper hygiene. They should always take their bath. Usually, a kid should take his or her bath twice a day. In the morning when they wake up, because, do you know, on the bed where we sleep, even thousands of dead cells are there. Have we asked ourselves, even when we clean our towel, when these kids and adults, when we even clean our body after taking our bath, thousands of dead cells are also shed. And this towel, which looks clean because we are just taking our bath, it has thousands of dead cells. So we are advised to even wash our towel regularly.
How often? How regular?
Some even say 3 to 5 days. Regularly. Change your towel. Yeah, that's why in Airbnb, in hotels, even they have stacks of towels daily. Even if you are going to rent that hotel for a week, they have like 7 days. Each day you use a towel and you dispose.
As a child, I remember using one towel for an entire holiday season. An entire holiday.
So diet is also very important for kids, particularly in their developmental age. It could also maintain good hygiene. It could also prevent them from having body odor and having them healthy. Very, very important. Then also playing safe. we should always encourage kids to maintain safe practices.
Okay.
Boys are the ones, again, at this, they play ball, they run, they injure. There was one boy I know when we were kids, it was called Egbo United. Egbo, that is lots of wounds on the body.
Oh, wow.
That is also a poor hygiene, and that could also result into predispose him to infections, tetanus, and all sorts of.
So, you know, Nigeria now, I think back then, either the dad is working and then the mom is staying home, but now everybody's working. Even the dog at the house has a job, you know. So what kind of safe routine do you think parents can embed to, you know, make sure that the children have hygiene, knowing fully well that, you know, it's a very busy household, you wake up as early as 4 and everybody's out. So how do you think, you know, what routine can they put in place?
Now, I'm not saying that we should be completely sterile, like when you say sterile, like there should be no exposure to...
It's even impossible.
It's highly impossible. So there's even an advice that some kids, or kids generally, should be exposed to physical activities, exposed to men, boys, even girls, exposed to the field, exposed to things around. This will boost their immunity and it wouldn't make them fall sick easily. So my advice is still on hygiene. I will keep maintaining hygiene. After you've been exposed to all forms of activities, you go to school. In school, you are meeting many people. Some will cough. Some of them will put their hand on their nose with mucus, and they will shake your hand with it.
And touch your shit.
They will eat with it. So hygiene is broad. Washing your hands, taking your bath immediately after school. Kids, even they can even take their bath 3 times. Immediately they come from school, take their bath, wash their clothes, make sure their clothes are clean, wash their spoon before they eat, and when they are going to bed also, change their clothes and take a bath. Brush their teeth also twice a day. These are part of it. Some kids bite themselves. I know of somebody who contacted infection just because one kid bit another one. Yes, we have some oral bacteria in our mouth and our teeth, and this oral bacteria, if it gets inside the blood, it could cause severe infection. Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned schools, and I have a daughter, so it's of great concern, and she says she doesn't like using the bathroom in schools. We did a personal inspection. We noticed very random. We noticed that the toilets are clean, but she's just very conscious. She just doesn't want to. And it made me ask or think about this now regarding hygiene where there's no supervision like in schools. How do we teach children, what do we teach them to look out for when it comes to the use of convenience, like toilets? And what kind of diseases could be passed through? There was a case, not my daughter's school now, I'm not going to tell which one, but where children were having these rash behind their thighs, like their sitting area. And parents were like, my daughter's got this. Oh, your daughter too? Oh, my daughter's got this. Where is it coming from? One thing in common, they're in the same class. So that's, and from what I hear, it was a very stubborn infection to get rid of. It wasn't life-threatening, or at least to us it didn't seem so, but they say that it would remain and reoccur after many weeks. What was that? How can they watch out for that?
Yes, it's scary, but one of these rash you talked about is pathognomonic of herpes. It's sad that a child should develop herpes. Herpes zoster rash, herpes rash, varicella rash, these types of rashes, they are viral infection and they reoccur and they are contacted through close proximity. It's not only intimacy, it's not only sexual contact. That's why even people who have never been exposed to sex, even virgins can develop some infections relating to the genitals. We call some of these urinary tract infections, UTI. Now, from what you have described, the history, a patient, one of the children who had contacted this infection, either from his or her home, either an adult had this infection at home, maybe that one had it through sexual infection, sat on the water closet, WC, did everything without cleaning properly. The child also sat on it, and that child got exposed to it. Some of them are skin to skin. That's why even when we are going into intimacy sexual, we say it's not all infections, sexual transmitted infections that are prevented by condom. Some, just skin to skin contact can give a worrying infection.
Wow.
So some people in the United States also have this kind of problem, herpes and things like that, and they reoccur, and they have these blister-like rashes around the genitals. So some of them use medications. They are orals, and they are also topicals, which they apply there.
So what must kids do to...
Yes, hygiene again. What they have to do is, anybody, if you want to use a water closet, especially if it is a public one, like you go to a hotel, at the airport, in the school, in a public place, in an office, you should make sure you clean it. I know of some ladies, they have their personal antiseptic bottle. Izal, Dettol, anyone, not marketing for anybody, but just get an, even if it is a liquid soap, clean the place, get a tissue. They clean that place well, and they wash it with water. They make sure it is clean. Like they are clean, they'll take their time to clean it well before they sit. Some people don't even sit. Some people try to find a way not to squat over it. But the most important thing, again, I will overemphasize is hygiene. Then there's another thing that could save some people. Not everybody is lucky in that, but it's genetics. Some people genetically, they are more susceptible to diseases and infection and things like that. You know, some people never catch HIV, even if it is infectious.
Right in front of their eyes.
Yes, even if they're actually
their receptors are not favorable to it. Some people may not get some infections, others can. Some people, I know of couples who have been married, and one is still negative for hepatitis, and the other is positive, and they have children. Some things are mysterious. But genetics, for example, in this body odor we are talking about, or one of the things is, some people, again, have a genetic composition called ABC111. So they do not smell. Some people don't smell.
They'll just be proud and rude.
They don't smell. And many people, mostly in Europe and Africa, have these ones that, maybe because they are more hairy, some in the southeastern part of Asia, Chinese, Korean, some don't. But one might sit down next to those people, and the kind of things you perceive might still be
offensive.
Yes, maybe their diet, maybe one other things or the other.
Right.
Now, are you saying that they are incapable of smelling?
No.
Or you mean...
Body odor.
Okay.
So they can't have...
They don't have, yes, that's apocrine gland that secretes fat and sweat, which the bacteria digests and produces odor.
Okay.
But it's possible for them to smell based on their diet.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And it's not all of them.
Oh, that's very interesting.
I want to see, so what kind of food, apart from garlic and spices, can we eat?
That's the concept. She's a chef as well.
Oh, nice.
And I like cooking with garlic, so what do you think?
I knew you were going to come back there.
I advise to cook with the garlic.
Yes.
The ones that smell most are those that eat it raw.
Yeah, but some people, you know, again, I have an aunt that swallows garlic in the morning. Trust me, to say good morning sometimes, it's like, I know.
That is the
But she
effect.
said it's good for your body.
Yes, but again, in life, you have to strike a balance between what is good for your body and what is good for the environment.
Sorry,
Dr. Haroun, it's very interesting that we're having this conversation about hygiene and that children are involved here. From my takeaway, this is what I would advise. I think that every child should be able to, we should teach children much about their hygiene and have a special kit, especially for using bathrooms, especially in schools, public bathrooms. I wouldn't, the only public place I think they'd go to school. Having that kit, like you said, should help them, you know, disinfect areas that they feel that they're going to be touching, even regularly disinfecting your hands and washing your hands like we had with the, if anything, the coronavirus, if there was anything that it taught us was good hygiene, everybody started washing their hands 10 times more.
You know, before 2020, I had a friend who, back in the States, if we went to the supermarket or we left the house, coming back,
always had hand sanitizer.
You wash your phone, you wash your hands, you change your clothes. So we had a seat where you sit when you come back from the supermarket. You cannot sit in the proper. I'm like,
that's a bit much, though.
See, so when 2020 came, I'm like, oh, is it that you saw this in your drink before this?
Also,
it's crazy.
Also, Nigeria can do this if we have the will to do political will. I was in Germany, and in the US, they have this automation. When you go to the restroom, after leaving, automatically everything cleans up.
Yes, yes.
So you can really contact infection there.
Yes.
Some, it will even wash the water closet within 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes.
Ultra wash with chemicals, with detergent,
Mostly at the
antiseptic.
airports and all.
Yes, and dries
We have a
immediately.
lot of people going through.
Well, we don't have that liberty here in Nigeria. We're still borrowing.
There's a particular sense
We're still borrowing for Lagos Highway.
In Japan, they have one that once you pee or you do the other one, it tests to know if you are ill so that you can rush to the hospital.
No,
It's like the urine strip, like the normal
very
lab test.
intrusive.
Like the lab test.
love it.
Some people will be scared to do it. They don't want to know.
Yeah, it's very
But
intrusive.
it will let you know your urine status, if you are diabetic, if you have any liver damage. Yes, I'm happy to say this also. Another thing that causes this poor body odor and things like that is health condition. Some people who have severe diabetes, they have this kind of smell coming out from them. And that's another way a doctor can know that, oh, please, you need to take care
I
of
heard that
your
about
health.
adults, but can we see
Liver
the same thing in
damage.
children?
Yes.
Children also?
Children also, I have seen children in pediatric wards with liver damage, with diabetes. I'm even starting a documentary with a mother. A child died of diabetes. Femi, she wants me to mention her son's name, so I'm mentioning it here. Femi, the child died in the UK, very intelligent boy. He died of type 1 diabetes. So children also, there's rarely a disease we have in adulthood, maybe except breast cancer. Even breast cancer, 25-year-old girls are diagnosed with breast cancer now. You don't need to be old. Maybe the only one I've not seen is prostate cancer for
I
children.
totally forgot. I don't know if this is part of it, but do forgive me, producers, but I was going to touch on processed foods. Or refrigerated foods for children, these kinds of things, how we might get poisoning from there, and how mothers, real quick, please.
Yes, my answer to it is
and
yes.
stored foods.
Yes.
Like breast milk.
This type of food, breast milk, there's adult breast milk that are stored. Well, this type of food can also have effects on the health, because this processed food, in McDonald's, where I used to go to eat and things like that, you notice that when you buy some of these foods and you keep it for a week, it doesn't get spoiled, even without the fridge. That means there are some chemicals there they are using to preserve it. And these chemicals also can have negative effects in our body system. So yes, this processed food can have effects on our health, and it can worsen it.
And refrigerated food, how long should I keep refrigerated food for throwing it out?
No, refrigerated foods, I was also on a tour, and I went to one company, big company in USA, and the manager there told me that they can refrigerate food for 3 years. Chips that they use in their fast food, they keep it in their freezer for they are a warehouse where they keep it for 3 years.
Comes out fresh.
And comes out fresh. In quote, fresh, but definitely there's something going on. It's like refrigerating a dead body for that long.
It will still decompose, albeit that it's very slow.
Well, I do say, for example, if you put your bread in the freezer, when you bring it out, it stays fresh. I have to say that one.
Really?
Yes.
I will try that because I have a problem with my
Because I
bread.
don't eat bread as much, so if I buy a loaf of bread, it lasts me pretty like a month.
Thank you,
plus.
Chef Queen.
You're welcome.
Dr. Haroun, Dr. Love,
always a
thank you very
pleasure.
much.
Dr.